so these are two links, ठीक है. See, last के दो links यहाँ पे दिए हुए हैं. Last two links have been given here, ठीक है. I is the last link. Link number I is the last link, and link number I minus 1 is the previous link, right? So in order to get any robot, so in order to define motion of any robot completely, what we have to do is we should know the movement of a coordinate system, ठीक है. तो वही coordinate system जो मैं बोल रहा था, so that coordinate system will be looking like this, ठीक है. So we will have x, we will have y, and we will have z. So this is the coordinate system. And which coordinate system should we use? We should always use the right-handed coordinate system. Right-handed coordinate system. Okay. So what is right-handed coordinate system and all? I have explained in another video. You can just watch it. Okay. So this is link number I minus 1, the previous link, and this is the final link I, link number I. So our aim is to transform the coordinate system at this point, which is aligned with this. Aligned like this, okay. So this is the z-axis, this is the z-axis. You can see here zi has been mentioned, and you can see this is the ith x-axis, okay. So this is the coordinate system. So y will be generated based on these two, right? So if you see x, if you rotate about towards y, you will get z, right? Here we have z and x, z and x. So z, if you rotate about x, that will give us y. So your hand you should keep in z direction, okay, pointing upwards. Then you should be able to fold your hands in the direction of x. So when then at that point the thumb will be pointing in this direction, okay. So that is our y axis, but most of the times y is not needed, okay. We never use y for this derivation, so we just will do with these two axes, so x and z, right? So now from this coordinate system, which is the initial point, we have to move this coordinate system to this final point, okay. The final point here, this axis is the z axis. You can see that is written as zi plus 1, okay. And this axis is I, this is the final x axis, that is written as ix plus 1. Now how do we obtain z? Z is obtained very simply, fine. So z is the axis about which rotation takes place between the two links, right? So if any two links have a revolute joint at one point, the axis about which that relative motion, that relative rotation takes place, that is z axis. Now how is x axis found? X axis is found in the continuation of the shortest distance between two z axes, fine. That is the shortest distance between two z axes. So if the two z axes are not non-parallel and non-intersecting, they are called as skew axis. Fine. If they are skew axis, then we need to draw the shortest distance between those two skew axes, okay. And x will be in continuation of that, x will be in the continuation of that, and this shortest distance that we draw, it will be perpendicular to both the z axis, it will be perpendicular to both the z axis. Got it? So the first coordinate system we will get by drawing the shortest distance between the two skew axes, that is zi minus 1 and zi, and x will be the continuation of that. Z of course will be the same axis about which rotation is taking place. Then coming to the final one, you can see here I have drawn the shortest distance between the two axes, zi and zi plus 1, okay. So that when you continue you will get x axis, that when you continue you will get x axis. And as told before, z axis is the axis about which rotation is taking place, okay. So from this, if they are non-skew axis, then the distances will be different, fine. If they are intersecting, the a distance will be 0, fine. So we have to take a particular situation in which all the possibilities are covered, okay. We have to do a derivation for a system wherein all possibilities are covered. Now depending on the possibility, we can have different value of a, different value of d, different angles, and all those things. Those are possible, okay. So those we will do later when we are taking up particular robots. We will be putting those values and we'll be doing the transformations. Right now our aim is to find a single transformation matrix which allows us to transform a coordinate system from for one link, previous point of one link to the next point of one link, okay. So this same matrix will be applying a number of times depending on robot. So if a robot is having 3 links, we'll be applying this transformation 3 times. So like that we'll have to do it. Clear? So now our aim is to transform this coordinate system, which is at the beginning, to this final coordinate system. Okay. So for this, what are the transformations we have to do? And the transformations that we are doing here is we are moving the coordinate system itself, and the next transformation we are doing about the current coordinate system, that is the changed coordinate system. Fine. If we are doing the coordinates, if you are doing the transformations about a fixed coordinate system, if you are doing the coordinates, if you are doing transformations about a fixed coordinate system, then the matrices have to be written from right to left. That means the first transformation will come towards right, second transformation will come to the left of it, third transformation, fourth, and so on. Okay. But if you are doing the transformation about the current coordinate system, if you are doing transformations about current coordinate system, that means when the coordinate system changes its position, the next transformation we are doing about that coordinate system. Okay. So then the matrices will have to be written from left to right. Fine. So the first transformation will come here, second transformation, third, and so on. Okay. So this is about current coordinate system or changed coordinate system. So here all the transformations that we need to do, they are about the changed coordinate system, because first our coordinate system will move up to this point. Okay. So this point, it's generally written as a temporary point. It's a temporary point. Fine. So first from this we will have to move to this temporary point, and then from this temporary point we will move to the final point. Okay. So what transformations we need to take for that? So as I told, we will be doing current coordinate system or changed coordinate system transformations. So we will not be using this, we will be using this. So from left to right we need to apply these matrices. So the first transformation is movement, translation. So we'll write it as translation. In which direction are we translating? In Z direction we are translating. Okay. So we are translating in Z direction. So X and Y we can put 0, and Z value we are moving upwards, so it is positive. So we'll write it as I. So here the value that we are moving is Ri. In some books it is taken as D. Okay. So let's put R, because here that is what is given. So this is the translation. That is our first step. Now the second step, second matrix, have to come afterwards that in the right side direction. Okay. So what is the next transformation? What is the next transformation? So now when it comes here, the coordinate system, when it comes here, its x-axis will be located like this. Now we need to rotate this and make it in line with this. Okay. So in order to do that, we have to do rotation. Rotation about which axis? Rotation about z-axis. So now we have to do rotation about z-axis. Okay. So, and the angle, is it positive or negative? So to find positive or negative, we have to take our right hand and keep our thumb pointing upwards and see in what direction our fingers are rotating. Okay. So this is my right hand, this is my thumb, and you can see that fingers are rotating in this direction. So okay, so initially it was here and it's rotating in anti-clockwise direction. But anyway, let's go ahead and take this as positive rotation. This we have to take as positive rotation, and that is the angle we are rotating. So here that angle is written as theta. That angle is written as theta. So first do the translation in z direction by distance Ri. Second, do rotation about z axis by angle theta, and then we have to move in x direction, current x direction, that is the changed x direction. So again that has to be on the right side. So next again we have to do translation in x direction. So x coordinate will be ai, y and z will be 0. This is the translation. And then finally when it comes here, the z axis will be here, right? So here also the z axis will be in this direction initially. So we have to rotate it about which axis? About x axis. So we have to do rotation about x axis by angle alpha. So yeah, so these are the 4 transformations that we have to undergo. to bring this coordinate system to this final coordinate system. So we have found the single transformation matrix for the nth link or the ith link as it is here, right? So the same we will be applying in the robot. Fine. So in the next video we will see how to find this matrix, right? And then we'll see how to apply this matrix for a particular robot.